This table and chairs belong to the family, and Louise was apparently a very avid card player. And that does pull out, but it's in pretty bad shape. It had a drawer that held
This is the
cards.
Freer's
Yeah.
settee and chair over there.
It used to come out a lot easier, but it has
There's no
more
bottom
overview.
anymore.
I don't know as I would
I
even
wouldn't
try
pull it
it,
out.
so,
It's kind of tilted too.
yeah. It's deteriorating is what it is, anyway, yeah. And the scarf was sort of the souvenir of that era, and if somebody saw it on your table or front over a sofa, they'd say, have you been traveling? Oh yeah, I went to Bemidji last week and this is my souvenir, whatever. Louise was quite a musician, as were most women of that era, because they had to make their own music. She taught piano, she was that good at it. I don't know whether she ever played the organ, I couldn't tell you that, but I assume that she did. She used to hold meetings from her church in this parlor where the kids would come in for like a confirmation class. And children were not allowed in this room on a regular basis, only on Sundays. So, and they had to behave themselves. Questions? The box bay, and you're gonna see two of those, were added to the original plans of the house. It lets more light into the room. And I think it improves the, the general.
And
feeling of
I
the
also
room.
read that it's also used for the coffin.
Yes, it can be.
And so that's why the windows are there, and
Mhm.
it's big enough for a coffin.
And we should point out the woodwork in the house. It's pine, but it's made to look like oak. When the house was almost destroyed by fire and there was smoke damage, the man that redid it did not put a gloss finish on it. He put the soft finish on it, yeah, so it wouldn't show the scars of the fire. Questions?
Okay.
And most of the furniture in the house is of the East Lake style.
Yes, and the ceiling so that you didn't have to worry about dirty ceilings.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Can you imagine wallpapering the ceiling? Have you
Oh.
ever wallpapered? Can you imagine this ucky blood?
That was popular in the 60s.
That and tinfoil in the ceiling.
You do, aha.
So most of the furniture is East Lake?
East Lake, and if it's not original to the house, we try to keep it of that era. This is the dining room. The house, was built in 1883 and restored to what it looks like in 1894. So anybody who came to visit in the early years particularly would have to stay and eat here because that was quite a distance to come. If they came by water earlier or later, even coming by horse and buggy from the city. And the conversation at a Victorian table was a little boring. You didn't talk about anything personal or your family or politics or religion. So you talked about books or plays or places you traveled to. And if you were listening up there as a kid, there's a vent up there, it would have been boring, not worth your time.
That light thing is a little off. Can you fix
The
that
what
up
is?
there? That one. Up there.
On top of
The chandelier.
Up here, we're in there.
It's a little
the
off.
bicycles hanging from the top part.
Oh, the chandelier.
Can we just touch it, or we don't want to touch it?
Oh, I don't want to touch it.
All right, never mind. It's
I
not-
did
it's
notice that
perfect.
it was crooked. Let me go home and have my martini and I'll come back. And this is the master bedroom in here. You can tell that it was convenient for Mr. Burwell to bring work home from the mill. He could come in here and there's a desk for her to do her work or for him to do it if he had work. The bed is original to the Burwells. I'm thinking that when Louise Burwell moved out of the house, she put a lot of stuff in storage because a lot of the bedroom furniture particularly has survived, and a lot of the linens. We have a lot of the linens. This is where he would have done his shaving, but of course he would have to carry the hot water from the kitchen, heat it, carry it in here. And
So
do his
this was
shaving.
originally the bedroom?
This is
It
the
isn't later?
bedroom. Yeah.
Okay.
Now, when Dolores's daughter was here, when Mr. Burwell retired from the Minneapolis post office, which was his final job after he gave up the mill management, he took out the walls here, and this was one large room, and he put a fireplace on the wall here. And when Dolores's daughter came back, she remembered the room being like that, and she was quite taken with the fact that this is how it was originally.
And that was Dolores Smith,
Mm-hmm.
who was here after.
When I first moved here, they thought that this sink was in this corner. But of course, when they did the ripping out, they saw the ghosting on the floor.
Oh, okay.
So, and the top here was discovered out in the woods in pieces. And a gentleman managed to restore it for us. He did a neat job.
Wow.
I don't know how they ever found the pieces. And the decor in here is vaguely Japanese, vaguely Oriental. The Philadelphia Exposition with the opening of Japan made everything of that nature popular, and apparently Mrs. Burwell liked that sort of thing. And a typical closet had no pole, it was just the hooks. They didn't have as many positions.
That's a closet.
And they all wore a nightgown like that. We think that is a woman's because it's got a little lace at the neck, so, yes. There's a picture of Mr. and Mrs. Burwell. I always thought he was kind of good looking. I don't know if I'd like the brush, but I like the.
The mustache is
Yeah.
distinguished.
And Mrs. Burwell would watch for, after the, the roads came in and the railroad, her guests would come now from the road, and she would be sitting here and without the stuff there, she'd be able to see out and see her guests coming, and could take her tea here. Another boxed bay here to let an extra light. The gifts in those days were very simple. This is a book of poetry for her birthday, and it's 1882. And a picture of the family having a picnic. I love this.
Yeah.
Look at how dressed up they are. This is a picnic.
It was right here.
Yeah, right out there.
In front.
We took another one like that, didn't we? And let's see. These chairs, and there's 4 of them throughout the house, came to us from relatives out in California. And they had more of them and donated those to the house, I guess to the city, I suppose. Chamber pots in all of the bedrooms because there was no indoor plumbing. That came in after Mr. Burwell retired. And he changed this room and he changed the bathrooms. So, and all of this is typical of what a woman would wear, a fancy hat, the long hair, and skewered it on with these. And my mother said they made good chaperones. I said, Mother, what did you know about that?
I've heard
We
that
always
from other
demonstrate
women.
with a training corset. Little boys and little girls at the age of 6 were put into this. The boys to stand tall and like a soldier, and the little girl to start getting that waist down. And when she got to about the age of 12, she got a serious corset, and that was the look that was in. The small waist, I read somewhere that the typical average waist should be about 19 inches. So go home and eat your heart out, I always say. And lots of petticoats. When they went out, they wore a lot of petticoats, and it had to be hot to be, that would be behind you on the rack there is the typical of what a woman would wear in a daytime garb. But when she went out, it was the era of the bustle in the 1894s, and she would wear several petticoats underneath. The thought of it is just no more than I can deal with. And then when you
It's
climb these
difficult.
stairs out here, when Petey's gonna take you up there, think of it climbing with a tight corset on, a baby screaming up there, and I'm like, no thanks, I'll stay where I am. Okay, Petey, it's all yours.
So I talk too much.
Well, you can
no.
continue, Lorena. You're doing a great job.
Okay. All right, let's go upstairs.
Yeah,
I'll finish dusting in here.
Oh, you're a good cleaner upper.
yeah. So here's the one, there's 2 stairs. I just killed a whole bunch of flies.
Stuff gets added all the time. And
Yeah, so we will be separating collections from.
Yeah, and I'll be able to do that,
decorations.
yeah.
Okay.
Pretty much, it's like an old buffalo robe, stuff like that.
So this is the service help bedroom.
But we store a
Nanny.
lot of other stuff in here too, and let's see. I have no idea whether any of that's been inventoried ever, but some of it must have been.
What's that list on the door?
Florence and I went through it and
Oh.
straightened the closet out till somebody shoved that rocker in there. And we listed what's in there.
Okay.
Some of it
That's
is really
helpful.
kind of junk, but
Yeah, we'll have to sort that all out.
we will have to make some decisions, I think.
Yeah. I can take a picture of that now, Larry, and send it to you.
Oh, no, you don't need to do that. We'll
Okay.
be,
We'll
been a
check
while.
that out later,
at all
yeah.
this stuff with a fine tooth.
Here, this is,
Oh, the kitchen, the original kitchen.
yeah, here's the kitchen
Right, my junk is still-
with the big old grand garland. Do you have a date on that, Lorena?
On the stove?
So,
No, it was just of that era, and I couldn't tell you.
the
We had
butter
one in there
churner.
Previously, that was wrong, it was from the 1920s, and then this one appeared, and I don't really know its history.
Oh, I remember that happening.
Yes, that big old blue one, yeah.
In the 90s, we
Yeah.
switched them.
Yeah.
And then, so Larry, probably your work, archive work will be done in this back room. Oh, yeah, this is
Pride and
interesting.
joy too, we called it a refrigerator. It's the icebox.
Where did the ice go, the top or the bottom?
In the top,
Oh,
just before you were born.
So-
No, because I
The
didn't
cold
know
goes
why
down.
the hose is at the bottom.
Well,
Hose that goes
those are
outside.
tanks and warm air risers.
Is there a
So
tank
you put-
underneath the
It
water?
drains directly, and he was very proud of
See, I
that.
thought the
Oh,
ice
it's-
was on the
Yeah,
Drains
top.
outside?
yeah.
Okay.
No
No
fan
emptying the
underneath
pan.
it. And the
And
ice
ice
tongs are back
tongs.
there. The ice house is out back.
Wow.
Junk here.
This
And then-
open, right?
Those open, yeah.
You're not, I think that's how you really put the ice in.
Through here. Really?
just put it in the top.
I question
Well,
that.
well, I don't, yeah, I could be wrong, but I wonder why else would they open? Yep, I question that too. With the size of that.
Do you have any idea? There's one in the center. Maybe you know, because there's dividers, I was gonna say, because the ice comes in chunks.
Well,
Bigger chunks.
Yeah.
right, and I,
Extremely.
You think?
Do you think they put ice cream or something that they wanted to stay frozen in there for just a little while?
yeah, maybe.
Possibly. I doubt it, but possible.
Easier access.
Okay, put our decorations back, please. We worked so hard.
And then we're gonna go in the very last room of the tour.
And that's where we're gonna be working.
Mm-hmm.
And this is the closet.
Yes, and that door, which goes down to the original basement.
Okay.
The basement was under only this old kitchen.
Here, open that up for him. so
Mr.
you can see.
Burwell excavated the whole thing later. Oh, you don't even want to open that, it's just full
Well,
of
he just
junk.
kinda wants to see what
Oh.
everything is. So that's the electronic, if they have a security
Yeah,
system and
our
everything.
Security system will be in there, and it does have a light.
Okay, so then over here,
And this is the summer kitchen, which was added later, and you can tell from that it was enclosing a porch. And there would have been a door with heat standing that would have kept the heat in this room in the summertime. Because you lit that beast out there to do your cooking and baking, the house would get very hot. So the laundry and the cooking and baking was done out here in the summertime. We have a lot of sad irons, and this was a ruffler for, ladies wore a lot of ruffles. Been the ruffler. And this
Yeah.
table and chair set belonged to the family, and it was returned to us after the house was restored and it was refinished. They did a nice job on it. We know that the hooks were there because there were shadings on there, and the same thing with the shelves. When I first moved here in the 1970s, this was a 1940s kitchen with white cabinet. Remember the white metal? I guess they're coming back, for God's sakes. The white metal cabinets. What can you imagine?
every few
What
generations
goes
they
around
come back.
comes around. I just can't believe some of the
Here's
stuff
an
that
extra
goes
one
on.
of these for you.
Anyway.
Wasn't this like gray or a greeny gray color too?
This color was very typical of that era.
Oh, no, I mean like, in the 70s, so after the Smiths moved out or
Oh,
whatever.
I don't
And
remember that.
I
Larry,
remember it being this color.
I don't remember
Here's
that. It
possible
probably
storage
wasn't.
for you
I
guys,
don't think so.
just,
Okay.
and then also on the other side of PD is another one about this size. So instead of going up to the closet, you possibly
Things
can
could just
put,
be put away.
yeah, little things like this, if you're coming back, something to know.
Yeah, I guess I don't
You
know.
could use that.
Yeah, I have a number of people who said that became the dining room in later years, and this was the kitchen.
Oh,
Uh-huh, yes,
Okay.
yes, the oldest Smith girl remembered that too. And
This-
she's poking her husband, said, don't you remember that? Well, no, he didn't remember that.
so they flip-flopped the kitchen and the dining room in the 70s, you say?
Well, when Louise lived here, so I really
Oh,
couldn't say when
58.
they transisted, but at some point in time, that was used as a dining
And she
room.
left in 58 and the Smiths came in till the
And there were
70s.
changes to the stairs. Those stairs you came down, or in the 70s ended here. Yeah, but
Oh.
then they went back into the original configuration. Yeah.
So
Over here.
that's kind of,
They had added a
Steep.
shower and a bathroom off here, and enclosed where you see the roof there, that was enclosed and made into a bathroom.
oh, so that they had a second
Yeah.
one.
Yeah, well, they had a big family, and I imagine that was
Okay. But since that was much later,
yes,
we
it was.
restored
It's
it.
not really part of the story unless they wanna know about the Smiths.
And there's an outside outhouse too, right?
There's a biffy out there,
Biffy.
you wanna see the biffy?
Well, this door's closed right now, so.
Yeah.
But we
How do
do,
we
I
get out,
think.
though?
We're afraid of being bombed, there's stuff falling off the roof.
So we're going to the front door?
We're going to go out the front.
So I think we need to go to the museum now.
That's when also all these, granted, other things.
Okay, let's take a look